Hello, I'm Rachel Lockway, and I'm here to uh, talk to you about verbal and nonverbal ways that the French culture communicates with each other. And so, even so, in the French culture, they use verbal and nonverbal communication just like you and me. Today, I'll explain how the French culture communicates with the use of words and nonverbal cues. So, what should one know about verbal and nonverbal communication in the French culture? So the French culture has always been known to be physically expressive beings. So here's a few different types of nonverbal communication cues that they would express. So this one is called both, which is throwing their hands up like this, and this expresses that it's not my fault, or that they don't understand what the other person is talking about. There's faire le mot, which is pouting. This expression is showing that discontentment with the situation. There's je donne, I believe I pronounced that right, which is touching one nostril with their finger like this, and this expresses that they believe that you have a good nose for something, and they really understand what you're talking about. And lastly, there's moan, oye, which is taking one finger like this and pulling down your bottom eyelid. This means like no way, or the person is in disbelief by what the other person had said. And granted, there's a bunch more ways that they can express themselves nonverbally. These were just a few that I had pulled out. So now I'm going to insert a clip of a short video talking about nonverbal communication, and it's by the Slushi Academy. So these are usually common types of nonverbal ways to communicate with each other that are socially acceptable. So now I'm going to talk about communication and how it can be expressed by speaking to one another, and the cultural history with verbal communication. So verbal communication, there's different types of genders for words and different statuses for words when addressing to someone. So for an example, if I were to address someone of a higher status than I, or if I had just met someone new, I would speak to them in the most proper way possible. So I would use the word you as an example. There's different statuses for this word. So there's the word to, which is how you would speak to someone close to you, and or a family or friend, or and then there's vous, which is the higher status of you. You would use this when talking to like your boss, or just trying to be very polite to somebody who's of a higher status of you. And it's socially unacceptable to deviate from this communication process. So today I explained how the French culture communicates verbally and non-verbally, breaking down verbal communication, non-verbal communication, and overall it's fascinating how different each culture puts into use of expressing their thoughts. I hope this gave you a general idea of how French communicate verbally and non-verbally, and thank you for listening. And my sources, here's my sources. I'll just read it to you. It's Combien de Bias.blogspot, and then the www.intercultures.com. So thank you for listening.